Taylor slammed the door of her childhood home, the echo reverberating through the quiet suburban street in upstate New York, her father's venomous words still burning in her ears. "You're no daughter of mine if you choose that sinful path." Tears streamed down her face as she clutched her backpack, the only belongings she could grab before being thrown out like yesterday's trash. But in that moment of utter devastation, a crumpled letter from her late grandmother fell out, revealing a hidden bank account that would change everything and drag her into a vortex of betrayal and redemption. She stumbled to the bus stop, her mind racing with the raw pain of rejection. How could her own flesh and blood turn on her so viciously? All because she had confessed her love for Tegan, the girl who had been her anchor through college. Taylor's thoughts swirled in turmoil. "I've hidden this part of myself for years, pretending to date boys, smiling through family dinners while my heart screamed for authenticity. Now at 25 I'm homeless, jobless, but strangely free, or so I thought." The letter in her hand trembled. Grandma Eleanor, the only one who had ever truly seen her, had left a note. "For my brave Taylor, when the world turns its back, this will be your front." Attached was a key to a safety deposit box in Manhattan. Arriving at the bank the next morning, Taylor's hand shook as she presented the key. The teller, a stern woman in her 50s, eyed her suspiciously before leading her to the vault. Inside the box was a stack of documents and a debit card linked to an account with over $500,000. Grandma's life savings, squirreled away from the family's prying eyes. Taylor's breath caught. This wasn't just money, it was a lifeline. A silent rebellion from beyond the grave. But why me? She wondered, guilt gnawing at her. Grandma had known. Somehow she had known about Taylor's secret, the stolen kisses with girls in high school, the way her eyes lingered on Tegan during family gatherings. This inheritance felt like approval, but it came with strings. The family would soon discover it, and the fight would begin. Tegan was waiting for her at their tiny apartment in Brooklyn, the one they could barely afford on Tegan's barista salary and Taylor's freelance graphic design gigs. "What happened?" Tegan asked, pulling Taylor into a hug that smelled of fresh coffee and vanilla. Taylor poured out the story, the rejection, the letter, the money. Tegan's eyes widened, but then narrowed with worry. "Your family. They'll come after this. Your dad always resented Grandma for favoring you." Taylor nodded, her inner voice screaming. "She's right. Dad's greed knows no bounds. He'll twist this into theft, claim I manipulated an old woman. But this is my chance to build a life without their shadows, to be with Tegan openly without fear." The call came that evening. Her mother, voice laced with forced concern. "Taylor, honey, come home. We can talk this out. Being like that, it's just a phase." Taylor's stomach twisted. It wasn't concern, it was control. She hung up, but the seed of doubt planted. Maybe I should go back, pretend again for peace? No, she resolved, clenching her fists. I've paid enough in silence. Tegan held her hand, whispering, "We're in this together. But promise me no more hiding." Their eyes met, a spark of defiance igniting between them. Little did they know Taylor's brother Mark was already digging into Grandma's will, fueled by whispers from their conservative church community that painted Taylor as a deviant undeserving of any legacy. Days turned into a tense routine. Taylor used some of the money to pay off student loans, securing their apartment for a year. But the whispers grew louder. At a local LGBTQ+ support group, Taylor shared her story anonymously, feeling a rush of validation from strangers who nodded knowingly. Yet inside, conflict raged. Am I betraying my family by taking this? Grandma wanted me to have it, but at what cost? Tegan, sensing her turmoil, suggested they visit Grandma's old house in the countryside, now vacant. Maybe there's more to uncover, she said. The drive was silent, Taylor's mind replaying childhood memories. Grandma's knowing smiles, her stories of living true to oneself, that now hit differently. Arriving at the creaky Victorian home, they found dust-covered albums. Flipping through, Taylor gasped. Photos of Grandma young, arm in arm with a woman named Clara, their eyes mirroring the love Taylor felt for Tegan. She was like me, Taylor whispered, tears falling. A hidden diary confirmed it, Grandma's secret life, suppressed by societal pressures in the 1950s, her marriage to Grandpa a facade. The inheritance wasn't just money, it was a torch passed. But as they left, Mark's car pulled up. What are you doing here, sinner? he snarled, his face twisted in rage. Tegan stepped forward. She's family, same as you. Mark laughed bitterly. Not anymore. Dad's contesting the will. That money's ours, yours is tainted. The confrontation escalated. Mark grabbed Taylor's arm, demanding the bank details. Tegan pushed him away, her voice steady. Touch her again and I'll call the cops. He backed off, but not before spitting. You'll regret this. The church knows. They'll make sure no one hires you. Driving back, Taylor's thoughts spiraled. He's right. In this small-minded world, my love could cost everything. But Tegan's hand on her knee grounded her. We fight or we fold. I choose fight. That night, Taylor transferred funds to a joint account, a bold declaration of their partnership. Yet doubt lingered. Am I dragging Tegan into my mess? Weeks later, the lawsuit hit. Taylor's father, backed by a slick lawyer from their evangelical circle, claimed undue influence, painting Grandma as senile and Taylor as manipulative. Court papers arrived, filled with affidavits from concerned relatives decrying her lifestyle. Taylor stared at them, heart pounding. How dare they weaponize my truth? The first hearing loomed, a battlefield where her identity would be dissected. Tegan, ever the rock, researched pro bono LGBTQ+ lawyers, but inside she confessed, I'm scared, Taylor. What if we lose everything? Taylor pulled her close. Then we start over. But I won't let them erase us. As preparations intensified, old friends distanced themselves, whispers of family first echoing. Taylor's inner monologue was relentless. I've always been the good girl, straight-A's church volunteer. Why is love the unforgivable sin? A surprise ally emerged. Aunt Lydia, Grandma's sister who called secretly. Eleanor loved Clara till the end, she revealed. She hid it for safety. Don't let them win. Bolstered, Taylor confronted her mother at a neutral cafe. Why can't you accept me? Taylor pleaded. Mom's eyes welled. Society won't. I want to protect you. But Taylor saw the lie. It's your fear, not mine. The meeting ended in stalemate, deepening the wound. The courtroom was a pressure cooker. Taylor testified, voice steady despite the tremor. Grandma knew me, truly knew me. This was her gift. The opposing lawyer sneered. A gift to enable deviance? Tegan gripped her hand under the table, a silent vow. But cracks showed. Mark perjured himself, claiming Grandma disapproved, a blatant lie. Taylor's lawyer exposed it, turning the tide. Yet victory felt hollow. I've won the money but lost my blood. Post-hearing, Tegan proposed a quiet commitment ceremony, but Taylor hesitated. Is now the time with war raging? The judge's ruling came down like a hammer. The inheritance was Taylor's, uncontested. But the family didn't stop. Anonymous calls harassed them. Church pamphlets stuffed in their mailbox decrying homosexual agendas. Taylor's job offers dried up. Potential clients cited moral concerns. Her mind raced. This is the price, freedom laced with poison. Tegan's shifts at the coffee shop grew longer to cover bills, her exhaustion palpable. We can move, Tegan suggested one night, curled on the couch. Taylor shook her head. Running admits defeat. But am I selfish keeping us here? A betrayal cut deeper. Taylor's cousin, Sarah, whom she trusted, leaked private emails to the family, twisting words of love into evidence of corruption. Sarah called, feigning apology. I had to for the family's soul. Taylor hung up, rage boiling. How many knives in my back? Tegan held her as she sobbed, but inside Tegan wrestled her own demons. I've left my supportive family in California for this. Is love worth the isolation? Yet she stayed silent, fearing it would break Taylor. Seeking solace, they attended a pride event in the city, surrounded by rainbow flags and cheering crowds. For a moment, joy pierced the gloom. Dancing hand in hand, feeling seen. But a familiar face appeared. Mark, protesting with signs reading "Repent or Perish." He spotted them, shouting slurs that drew stares. Tegan pulled Taylor away, but the damage was done. Back home, Taylor exploded. Why won't they let me live? Tegan's response was measured. Because change threatens them. But we threaten back with happiness. Their kiss that night was fierce, a reclaiming. The money allowed Taylor to start a small design firm focused on LGBTQ+ clients. A bold move. Initial success came, but sabotage followed. Fake reviews tanking her ratings, traced to an IP in her hometown. Paranoia set in. Who's next? Tegan urged therapy but Taylor resisted. I can't afford weakness now. Instead, she dove into work, neglecting their relationship. Tegan's patience frayed. I'm here but you're shutting me out. The argument escalated, words like daggers. You don't understand the pressure. Taylor yelled. Tegan shot back. I do, I'm living it too. Reconciliation came slowly. A weekend getaway to the Catskills, funded by the inheritance, forced intimacy. Walking trails, Taylor opened up. I fear losing you like I lost them. Tegan confessed. I fear resenting you for the chaos. Vulnerability bridged the gap, but upon return, a letter from Dad awaited. Come home alone or lose us forever. Taylor tore it up but the ultimatum haunted. Choose love or blood. She chose Tegan but the cost mounted: sleepless nights, anxiety attacks. Community backlash peaked at a town hall meeting Taylor attended virtually, where locals debated protecting family values amid her case's publicity. Speakers vilified her, one even suggesting boycotts. Taylor's rebuttal email went viral in queer circles, garnering support but inflaming enemies. Donations poured in, bolstering her firm, but hate mail followed. Tegan's workplace wasn't immune. Co-workers whispered a promotion stalled. Her inner turmoil. Am I paying for her battles? Yet loyalty held. We're a team. A moral quandary arose when Taylor discovered Mark's financial troubles. Debts from gambling, hidden from the family. She could expose him, end the harassment. Temptation gnawed. Revenge would taste sweet. Tegan advised against. Don't stoop. Rise above. Taylor agonized. But why suffer when I hold the power? In the end, she anonymously tipped off a creditor, watching from afar as Mark's world crumbled. Guilt hit hard. Am I no better than them? The fallout was swift. Mark confronted her at a family funeral, for a distant relative, grabbing her in the parking lot. You did this. Tegan intervened, calling security. The scene exposed the family's fractures. Mom broke down, admitting, we were wrong but pride stops us. Taylor's heart softened momentarily. Forgiveness? But Tegan pulled her away. Not without change. Driving home, Taylor reflected. Damage is done, scars remain. As her business grew, Taylor mentored young queer artists, finding purpose in pain. But Tegan's strain showed: migraines, withdrawal. One night, Tegan snapped. I love you but this war is killing me. Taylor's world tilted. Am I losing her? They talked till dawn, recommitting, but shadows lingered. A surprise. Aunt Lydia offered alliance, revealing Dad's own secrets, a past affair. Use it wisely, she said. Taylor held back. Blackmail isn't victory. High tension built toward a family mediation, proposed by a neutral therapist. Taylor agreed, hoping for closure. The session was raw, Dad's tears. I feared for your soul. Taylor's retort. My soul is fine, yours judges. Breakthroughs cracked. Mom hugged her tentatively. But Mark stormed out, vowing revenge. Tegan waited outside, her support unwavering yet weary. Post-mediation, fragile peace hung by a thread. Dad called sporadically, awkward conversations skirting the elephant. Her relationship. Taylor pushed. Accept Tegan or nothing. Silence followed, then hang-ups. Internally she battled. Am I too harsh? Family is blood, but blood has poisoned me. Tegan encouraged patience, but her own family visited, highlighting the contrast. Warm embraces, questions about wedding plans. Envy stung Taylor. Why can't mine be like that? Societal pressures amplified. A local news story framed her inheritance battle as a gay agenda win, sparking online trolls. Taylor's social media flooded with threats, forcing her to go private. Paranoia escalated. Is safety worth the fight? Tegan installed security cams but confessed, I miss normalcy. Their love, once a haven, felt besieged. Intimate moments turned tense, words unspoken. What if we break? A pivotal betrayal came from within. Tegan's old friend, Jenna, jealous of their bond, spread rumors at Tegan's work that Taylor was controlling, citing the inheritance as proof. Tegan defended fiercely but doubt seeped. Is Jenna right? Have I lost myself? Confronting Jenna, Tegan cut ties but the wound festered. Taylor, sensing distance, probed. Talk to me. Tegan exploded. I'm tired of being the strong one. Tears flowed, revelations pouring. I left everything for you, now what? Healing required effort. They sought couples counseling, unpacking layers, Taylor's abandonment fears, Tegan's sacrifice guilt. Progress was slow, but breakthroughs came. I choose you daily, Taylor vowed. Yet external storms raged. Dad's church excommunicated her formally, a letter arriving like a death knell. Taylor laughed bitterly, good riddance. But inside, it hurts, rejection anew. Opportunity knocked when a major client offered Taylor a contract, but with strings, toned down her advocacy. Moral dilemma. Compromise for stability? Tegan urged integrity. That's who you are. Taylor declined, risking bankruptcy. Pride swelled, but fear loomed. What if we end up broke? Tegan's reassurance. We'll survive. Their bond strengthened, but tests continued. Mark's rock bottom hit. Arrested for fraud linked to his debts. Family begged Taylor for bailout money. Irony twisted. Now they need me. She refused outright. He made his bed, Mom pleaded. For family. Taylor's resolve cracked slightly. Am I heartless? But Tegan reminded. Boundaries save us. The decision alienated further but empowered. Community support blossomed. Taylor spoke at a queer rights rally, story resonating. Applause washed over her, validation sweet. Tegan beamed from the crowd, pride evident. But backlash followed, protesters clashed, a scuffle ensuing. Taylor got bruised, Tegan panicked. This is too dangerous. Hospital visit amplified fears. Is activism worth our lives? Recovery brought introspection. Lying in bed, Taylor pondered. I've fought for acceptance, but at what cost to us? Tegan echoed. Balance is key. They planned a low-key vacation, but fate intervened. Aunt Lydia died suddenly, leaving a will naming Taylor executor. Secrets unraveled. Lydia had funded queer charities anonymously. Inspiration struck. Continue the legacy. Family gathered for the funeral, tensions electric. Dad approached. Truce. Taylor hesitated, words are cheap. But Mom whispered. He prays for forgiveness. Softening, Taylor nodded. Prove it. Mark, out on bail, sulked in the corner, defeated. Tegan squeezed her hand. Progress? Post-funeral, Taylor channeled funds into a foundation for displaced LGBTQ+ youth, honoring Grandma. Impact grew. Stories of saved lives mirroring her own. But personal toll mounted. Tegan's job loss, blamed on associations. Fury boiled. Collateral damage. Tegan job hunted relentlessly, but resentment simmered. Why always me paying? A climactic confrontation brewed. Dad invited them to dinner. First inclusion of Tegan. Nerves frayed, they went. Table talk was stilted, then explosive. Mark accused Taylor of ruining him. Tegan defended. You ruined yourself. Chaos ensued, yells slammed doors. Dad intervened. Enough. Taylor's right, we've been wrong. Stunned silence.
Apologie flawed, tentative.
Driving home, Taylor processed. Forgiveness possible? Tegan cautioned. Actions over words. Doubt lingered, but hope flickered. The dinner's aftermath was a fragile bridge. Dad texted sporadically, small talk evolving to questions about Tegan's work. Taylor guarded. Earn trust. Internally. Can leopards change spots? Tegan shared optimism. People evolve. But scars reminded. Years of pain don't vanish. Professional triumphs came. Taylor's firm landed a national campaign for equality, visibility soaring. Interviews followed, her story inspiring thousands. But fame invited scrutiny. Paparazzi at their door, privacy shattered. Taylor fretted. Is success a curse? Tegan adapted but confessed. I miss anonymity. A moral crossroads emerged when a tabloid offered big money for her coming out exclusive, including family dirt. Temptation, payback. Tegan vetoed. Don't sell your soul. Taylor agreed but pondered. Why not expose hypocrisy? Integrity won but opportunities lost. Family dynamics shifted. Mom visited alone, baking Taylor's favorite pie. Conversations deepened. I was raised to fear difference. Taylor opened. Fear stole our time. Hugs followed, healing tentative. But Mark lurked, bitterness unchecked. He called, demanding money. You owe me. Taylor refused. Oh, you pain? No. Hang up decisive. Tegan's career rebounded with a management role at a progressive cafe chain. Pride swelled in Taylor. She's thriving despite me. But jealousy nipped. Her world stable, mine's chaos. Unspoken tension built, erupting in argument. You act like it's easy. Tegan yelled. Taylor countered. I fight for us. Reconciliation in embraces, but fractures showed. Societal winds changed. A Supreme Court ruling bolstered LGBTQ+ rights, validating their struggle. Celebrations ensued, parties, toasts. Taylor proposed informally. Marry me when ready. Tegan's eyes teared. Yes, but heal first. Joy mixed with caution. Betrayal resurfaced. A family friend, Pastor John, preached against her publicly, using her story as cautionary tale. Outrage peaked. Even in progress, hate persists. Taylor confronted him at church. Hypocrite. Congregation gasped. Dad defended her, a turning point. My daughter's no tale, she's truth. Alliance formed. Emotional toll crested. Taylor broke down one night. I'm exhausted. Tegan held her. We rest now. Therapy intensified, unpacking traumas. Insights emerged. Love demands sacrifice but not self-destruction. As foundation grew, Taylor mentored a teen like her. Shunned for being gay. Echoes haunted. Don't repeat my mistakes. Success stories fueled purpose but personal doubts. Am I worthy? Tegan's family hosted a gathering, including Taylor's parents tentatively. Awkward at first, bonds formed over shared meals. Dad joked lightly, Mom engaged Tegan. Hope bloomed. Family redefined. But storm clouds gathered. Mark, spiraling, stole from Dad, blaming Taylor indirectly. Accusations flew. Your defiance started this. Taylor stood firm. Own your sins. Family split anew, loyalties tested. Resolution loomed in a final mediation. All present, truths aired. Regrets, apologies. Mark admitted addiction, seeking help. Taylor offered conditional aid. Therapy first. Agreement reached, fragile peace. Tegan and Taylor, exhausted victors, planned a quiet ceremony. Vows exchanged privately, rings symbolizing endurance. But questions remained. Was the price too high? With rings on fingers, life settled into a rhythm of cautious optimism. Taylor's firm expanded, hiring diverse talent. Impact rippled, lawsuits won for others, policies changed. But reflections haunted. Victories built on ruins. Tegan thrived, her chain opening queer-friendly branches. Partnerships solidified. We weathered the inferno. Family ties mended unevenly. Dad attended their housewarming, awkward hugs evolving to genuine talks. I'm learning, he admitted. Mom baked for holidays, including Tegan and traditions. Mark, in rehab, wrote apologies. I was wrong. Taylor forgave selectively. Wounds heal slow. Societal acceptance grew, but pockets of hate persisted. A workplace discrimination suit against a friend reminded. Battle ongoing. Taylor advocated tirelessly, but balanced with self-care. Inner peace eluded. Am I defined by struggle? Tegan's pregnancy announcement, via donor, shifted paradigms. Joy overwhelmed but fears surfaced. Will our child face my pains? Family reacted mixed. Dad's congratulations warm, Mark's silence telling. Preparations bonded them deeper. As belly swelled, Taylor pondered legacies. Grandma's gift birthed this family. Gratitude mixed with sorrow. She never saw my truth. Challenges arose. Prenatal stress, Tegan's health scares. Taylor's support unwavering but guilt. My past burdens her. Tegan reassured. Our story strengthens us. Birth approached, tensions peaked. Hospital vigil, family present, united in wait. Baby girl arrived, cries echoing triumph. Naming her Eleanor, honoring roots. Postpartum, realities hit. Sleepless nights, emotional roller coasters. Taylor's doubts resurfaced. Deserve this happiness? Tegan's love anchored. We earned it. Community embraced them, playgroups, support networks. But a final twist. Mark relapsed, begging help. Taylor aided, but boundaries firm. No more toxicity. Years blurred, Eleanor growing amid love. Taylor looked back. From rejection to redemption, path fraught. In quiet moments she wondered. Was hiding ever an option? Or was confrontation the only path to authenticity? But was forcing change on a resistant family ultimately right? Or should personal peace have trumped the fight?